Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to your sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Amen. So my visual brain, when I read Paul's message and this image of this church made up of hands and feet and a head and a heart, but I'm like, St. Margaret's is a growing church, so does it suddenly grow like 6 hands and maybe 8 feet, and does it have like 7 hearts? And so I've got this future armor image of St. Margaret's with like lots of limbs flying there everywhere. And it just doesn't quite fit. And the problem is metaphors are that there's limitations with them. And then I thought, well, what if your gifts start out as being a hand, but you kind of grow and develop, and you suddenly realize that you're a heart? The human body doesn't do that. I mean, I know medical science is making huge leaps, but I think we're still a way off the hand that pump the blood around the body and be the heart. So there's some problems with this image of us as the body. And also, there are people that this image of the perfect body is a struggle for. It's hard to go into a hospital and go into the amputee ward and read this passage. So what other images can we have to say that we are all one and we are all kind of important and we all have our role to play? So while I was going off in my Futurama cartoon image, I also had this problem with the Old Testament and this sense of the leaders telling the people that they can't weep when they hear the word and the law. I can understand it in one way, like they're saying, like, God is showing the way and God has given us the most amazing things and everything is going to be all right. So stop crying. Now, how many of you get really frustrated when you're grieving so much inside and somebody comes and gives you a hug and says, there, it's going to be okay? When what you really want to do is pass me the Kleenex and let me just cry all over your shoulder. So the image of my church is a place where all have a part, but you can really show who you are and the emotions you're feeling today. And so that's why in your bulletins, so you can all get your bulletins out, there is the Blob Tree. And the Blob Tree, this image that is used, I think it started as an image for speech therapists, but it's used a lot in England for teachers to talk about emotions. So have a look at this blob tree and work out which blob character you feel most like. Are you the one sitting on the top branch, a bit grumpy, but you got here, you're going to stay here, and you're going to look down at everybody else going, well, I'm here. Or do you feel like you did the polar plunge on Friday and you're a dragon, that you're swinging from the rope at the bottom? Do you feel like you've just been pushed off a cliff and like what's going to happen when you hit the ground? Do you feel you've got halfway up the tree and you're scared and like, is somebody going to help you? How are you feeling? And then the second question is, does the person near you see what you are feeling? If you are the person standing at the top waving, is that what everybody sees? Or do they see somebody at the top of the tree going, life's absolutely the best, everything's fine, but really you're the person hanging on for dear life and you're scared if you open up, what will happen? A church is a living community. A church is a place where all are welcome. But the church can only be what God intended if it actually allows the members to live and show who they actually are. Is this a place where you can come when the world is at its best, where you can shout for joy? Is this a place where your world feels like it's falling apart and you're falling and you don't know what is going to be there when you hit the ground? Is this a place you can come when you feel like you need somebody to help you up? Is this a place that you come so you can help others up and share with them your life? We all have our unique part to play in this church, in God's church in the world. The challenge is for us to allow each one to be exactly who they are, allow their gifts to be used and develop, allow them to express exactly how they're feeling, and allow them also to move from that emotion as situations change. Paul was writing to a particular church that was having some clear differences of opinion. Some power struggles were going on. But the message at the heart is that we are all one, and ultimately God does want us to be happy and at peace in the eternal kingdom. But we're here today. We're here in this church. We're here with so many emotions going on. There's probably at least one person that fits every single one of these blob characters going on. Do you feel welcome in this place? Are all invited? Are all welcome? And do all know they have a place here, just how they're feeling today, and they can join in the celebration of the foretaste of the heavenly banquet? Amen.